Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. I mean, think about it. We get so engrossed in trying to improve patient experience. We focus on the things that we think are really important, decreasing wait times, or maybe the latest software system that we just have to have. As a patient and being really involved in the patient world these last 10 years, I've found that oftentimes the first place we need to start to improve patient experience doesn't require any money, doesn't require any extra time. It's not even all the answers we want from you. It's the attitude. And by that I mean, I'm fine if you don't know the answers to every problem, every challenge I have right now. I just want to feel like you've got my back. Like I've got a partner along this healing journey. Let me share a story that explains just how much this can make a difference on my perception of the care that I receive from you. The hardest news I've ever got in my life came after I was life-flighted. I opened my eyes between surgeries and there's this surgeon staring down at me. He explains, "Jake, you've had an accident. You will never move your legs again. You'll never move your arms again. And when we get done with this next surgery, we don't think you'll ever breathe on your own again." Fast forward to my stay 3 months later at the #2 hospital in the entire nation for people with spinal cord injuries. And I didn't know that because I had been injured at the C6 level of my spinal cord, my internal thermostat was essentially broken. So I can't regulate my temperature. For 3 months, I was just freezing to death in my room, shivering all the time. I couldn't get warm. Anytime I would ask the doctors and nurses, "Hey, is there anything we can do about this? Like, can we crank the heat up or something?" I was always met with the same type of just dismissive answer. "Well, that's just the way it is." Weird. Then when I ordered my brand new power chair, my legs kept flopping off to the side. And I'd seen friends with these little leg abductors there to help keep my legs on, so I would ask the wheelchair reps, you know, the people who are supposed to know more about this than anything else, "Hey, is there any way to keep my legs on?" And without even thinking about it, I get the same answers. "Well, that's just the way it is. I mean, I guess we can put a strap there." I'm like, "Great, I can't do that." Here's the problem. Even if these people didn't know the answers right off the bat, that first reaction that had just been ingrained in their head was something that shut the door and really made me feel hopeless. It didn't even give me any hope of finding answers. And in all those circumstances, which sadly I have dozens of these examples, these people were wrong. And again, I was fine that they didn't have the answer, but it was just that first attitude they have that made me feel like the answer wasn't even out there. And it was. I mean, at the #2 hospital in the entire nation for people with spinal cord injuries, wouldn't you think at least one person would have suggested, "Hey, Jake, well, maybe we could try a little portable heater?" And another great one, you know those leg abductors that didn't exist? Oh yeah, I found them on page 34 of their very own catalog. And for the cherry on top, if I ever saw that surgeon again, the one that said I'd never move my arms again, yeah, even though they don't move great, I'd love to stick them up because I know which finger I'd be holding up. I never realized how reassured, how hopeful a medical professional like you could make me feel until I met a physical therapist named Anna. She happened to be the first therapist I worked with in outpatient therapy, and I was her very first patient who ever had a spinal cord injury. And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, gee, I get to be your guinea pig." Even though I was the first person she ever worked with a spinal cord injury, she ended up being one of the best physical therapists, the best experiences I had. And it wasn't because she knew all the answers. She really didn't. It was because of the attitude she brought into that room every single day. When I rolled in there, she already had a plan of what we were going to work on. She would put herself in my position. She'd pretend being a quadriplegic so she could see where my next stumbling block would be. And if we didn't know the answer, she'd get out her phone and we'd look it up. There was never a can't do. in that room. So here's our takeaway from this. As you're working hard to improve the patient experience, improve my perception of the care that I receive from you, I don't want you to do more work. I don't want you to spend more money. I'm fine if you don't even have the answers for every question that I have. Because to a person like me, it's going to be your attitude that makes all the difference in the world.